Do you help with consolidating all of those bigger insurances, making sure that they're all collected, the actual policies, organizing documents? I
Yeah,
spend a lot of time at dining room tables with my widows and my widowers,
yeah,
boxes and boxes and organizing. And it's probably one of the most fulfilling things I do, but it's also time consuming.
yeah, absolutely. Thank you for reminding me of where you were, walking. Um, Absolutely. We like to work with care managers to help trigger long-term care claims because that's really more their role. But once a claim is processed, or once a claim is considered honored by the insurance, we will do all the paperwork on the regular basis to make sure that the money being spent can be reimbursed and brought back to the client. So absolutely, anything in the paperwork, financial paperwork area, we do a lot of that.
Good.
Yeah,
Because that can make
and
your head
and
spin too.
household and what goes hand in hand with that sometimes is household payroll. So
Mhm.
we will do household payroll if there's a W-2 employee like a caregiver or a nanny. Yes, things like that. We stay on top of as well.
It's probably one of my funnest things for my widows and widowers who are middle-aged. Actually, I have to take that back. Not widows and widowers, my young couples, right, that are still doing a financial plan together. And we're talking about life insurance, like how much do you need? And there was always that old equation, like, all right, pay off the house, 2 years missing income and the kids' education, right? I'm like, no, no, no. Like, let's go back to the example of my Greg. If I was the one that would have passed, I was like, you would need a nanny. You would be, because he traveled for work, right? You need a nanny
Hmm.
that's going to live in-house for many years up until we get someone to probably 18. So how much is
Right.
that going to cost, right? And then even a house to support someone living in there. And that is another reason we had to have life insurance, right? To make sure that we could cover that for one another. And those are things that I think you are bringing to the attention of the families as a unit of, all right, we got to pay attention to this because we might not be able to fund, or you might be able to fund, or you have too much going on, or what the heck is here. Not that you're doing the role of the financial advisor, but you're advising the families of the situation at hand and the questions to ask.
Exactly. And if we see something that looks like a gap, we can at least ask the question and say, "Hey, have you ever talked to your financial planner about this? It might be something worth looking into."
Yeah. And really, those, I mean, for listeners out there who haven't lived through filing life insurance or submitting claims for long-term care, it is daunting at times. Sometimes easy, sometimes not. Like if you miss one box, it might all be coming back to you again. So to
Exactly.
have another set of eyes that isn't emotionally or exhausted looking at it, I think is really important.